Majors here with another SCG Tour Spotlight. This week we are going to be doing battle with the Bant Humans deck that the lovely Todd Stevens took to a second place this week at the SCG Tour Stop in Atlanta. Opening hand, we are on the draw, and it's a little sketchy, but I think we'll be fine. We'll keep it. But basically this is the Bant Humans deck that kind of has evolved from Bant Company and is a little bit more aggressive with 4 Lambhole Pacifist, 4 Thalia's Lieutenant, and a little bit more of a human theme instead of like the tempo stuff like Bounding Crisis. And Todd kind of picked up some of the tech from GP Minneapolis, which was Eldrazi Displacer, which kind of just continues the theme of any deck that you put Eldrazi Displacer in just gets better. But I think this is just one of the best decks in Standard right now. It's got like the late game elements with Dustwatch Recruiter, Eldrazi Displacer, Collected Company, but also it's pretty aggressive. So our opponent played a Deathcap Cultivator, probably like a ramp deck or something, which is not great considering how slow our draw is coming out of the gates, but let's see what happens. I haven't actually seen much ramp lately. It's more of like the blue-red Eldrazi deck that Michael Seagal top forward with. Yeah, we'll get a Plains. Yeah, Plains. But it's probably going to be able to beat, or be pretty difficult to beat, a turn 3 Explosive Vegetation on the play. So I want to try to slow down my opponent from playing a 7, so we're going to counterfight our opponent's Deathcap Cultivator, crack this for an island, hit our opponent for 2. Hopefully we get like at least 1 turn of reprieve, ideally 2. It's gonna be pretty difficult to beat like a Dragonlord Atarka in this board state. Tireless Tracker's annoying, but beatable-ish. Interesting. So I have a few different options here. I can, just go ahead and counterfight my opponent's Tireless Tracker while I have the opportunity. I can try to crack this clue, hit my 4th land drop, and then counterfight, or I can just like Reflector Mage my opponent's Tireless Tracker. And considering that things are pretty bleak, it's going to be difficult for us to beat something like Dragonlord Atarka. I think I just want to get greedy and try to find my land, counterfight, hit my opponent. Hope they don't have a 7, and then we can like chain some companies. So I'm going to go with that. Okay, we missed, but whatever. I'll offer the trade. Just a veggies. So maybe our opponent's just gonna like hit us for 4, cracking a clue. I don't know, if we hit our 4th land drop next turn and can start just chaining some companies and we don't get pummeled by some like big threat like World Breaker, might be able to win. Lambhole Pacifist. What do we do now? Guess we can start by attacking. Probably not gonna Dromoka's Command the Deathcap Cultivator. I don't really think that does anything, so just do that, and then Reflector Mage our opponent's Tireless Tracker. This looks a lot like a... Okay, sure. Yep, so we're just getting broken off, and our opponent's probably just gonna get an Ulamog. No, just another World Breaker, sure. I'm actually surprised it didn't just go ahead and get the Ulamog. Can almost assuredly hit the... Oh, he does have 10 lanes in play, okay. Alright, so another land is getting blown up next turn. And our opponent also has another World Breaker, so we're kinda screwed. Guess we'll just play Tireless Tracker. Oh, Chandra. Okay. Alright, I've seen enough. Can't beat Chandra World Breaker and then more World Breakers next turn. Alright, for sideboarding, definitely want Gideon's. Want to be able to Declaration Stone our opponent's creatures. Card preview. Split card preview just goes whack. Basically just want to be the aggressor, so probably interested in these Dim Protectors just to beat down our opponent. Reflector Mage is okay. It can hit Deathcap Cultivator, and I guess it can like clear the way. Sorry about that. Probably don't want Ojtai's Command. Dustwatch Recruiter is pretty bad. Probably just want to remove all 4 of these, actually. Just not going to have like mana sitting around to activate this and try to find creatures. Thraben Inspector is mediocre, but might just need something early to get on the battlefield and get pumped by Thalia's Lieutenant. Displacer's also not very good. Can probably just shave on a command or 2. And I don't actually hate the idea of just like an Avacyn, which is a big threat that can kind of potentially mitigate Chandra Flamecaller, something along those lines. So I think I'm good with this. Jamarka's Command can fight Deathcap Cultivator and card preview. Why won't you cooperate with me? Ew. This hand's ugly too. It sucks because he can't really afford to stumble in this matchup, and we are gonna like be able to play a 2-drop on turn 3 probably, and then we still might miss our land drop, and like maybe we can get to like company on like 4 or 5, but I think this draw is just too awkward to keep, unfortunately. All right, this is also not great, but keepable, and kind of just priced into keeping any land, so. On this Canopy Vista, probably just going to crack the Evolving Wilds on 2. That's going to be better than just getting a 1/1 Thalia's Lieutenant on the battlefield. Go ahead and do this now for our planes. Definitely looking for a draw with like turn 4, Collected Company or Gideon, or just like an early Lambholt Pacifist. It's probably the best way to beat ramp with decks like these. Get that out of here. Ooh, okay. Alright, I like it. Well, in this case, since our opponent has stumbled a bit, I think we're just gonna get on the battlefield as much as we can. Play this Thalia's Lieutenant. Just pound him. Hopefully Reflector Mage, Deathcap Cultivator on the next turn. And that will probably be enough. I'm okay with it, so. Probably hit their land, play the Cultivator, we'll Reflector Mage it, hit them for 7. Maybe hit a shrine, can't even cast the cultivator. Okay. So, I can just play a naked Reflector Mage to pump Thali's Lieutenant, hit our opponent for 7 down to 10, and then we can play another Reflector Mage on the following turn, which will probably be lethal. If we hit our opponent for 6 this turn, just play Displacer, then we have 9 power. Is that right? Yeah, 6. Opponent goes to 11, we'll have 9 power Reflector Mage, so that'll put them to 1. So I think I'd rather just get the extra point of damage this turn. Alright. Opponent stumbled, beat him up pretty bad. For game 3 on the draw, don't think Displacer's definitely not great, but I still think it's better than Duskwatch Recruiter. I really don't want an Edgetize command on the draw. I don't think that's where we want to be. And that's awful. This other stuff is mostly for like anti-creature matchups, so I don't know. I think we kind of just have to get lucky again, to be honest. I still like the idea of Avacyn, since it's something that can actually trump Chandra. I'm going to try to figure this out for round 2, but this card preview thing. Alright, this hand is not great, but we can play any spells that we draw on curve, and it has a turn 4 Gideon, which I think is, if not one of the best cards, the best card. So I'm going to keep this hand. It's questionable for sure. Jotty Offshoot. I don't think there's anything that punishes us for fetching Island, so probably going to do that. And assuming I don't... Ulamog. Ugh. Well, he's a bit of a ways off. I don't think there's any reason to hold on to this Thali's Lieutenant if... yeah, I'm just going to fetch Island. There's nothing that can prevent me from making a play on 2. Okay, hit a 3-drop, that's fine. Play this Fortified Village, reveal a Plains. Play our anemic Thali's Lieutenant. No acceleration spell. Just give me a turn off. Okay, okay, we're doing it. Play this Plains. Get a Tireless Tracker on the battlefield. Grow our Thali's Lieutenant to 2/2. Not even gonna attack, not gonna bother. Okay, there's the veggies, so opponent will have access to a 7 next turn, which is a wee bit scary. I'm just gonna play a forest, trigger this Tireless Tracker, go to combat first. No blocks. Okay, cool. Oop, no. Don't want to crack this clue. Now, if something bad happens to us this turn, that's not good, because our opponent does have Ulamog next turn on double Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, so, I mean, Yeah, this is a tough draw to beat. Peel like stone. Displacer. What does that do? Probably not much. I think our best chance is just dump a bunch of crap on the board and see if this... I don't know if I actually want to expose my Displacer, because it might be the only way we can beat an Ulamog. And we can draw, like, a stone, but I'm not sure we want... So our opponent's probably going to exile Gideon and Displacer if we play Displacer, and otherwise they'll probably exile Gideon and either a land or a tracker. Don't really care about the tracker because we're not going to have enough time to do that. And if I decide that I don't want to cast Displacer, then I can lead on cracking a clue and try to hit like a stone, which I can play this turn and actually deal some damage. I think that's better than just jamming the Displacer, actually. So I'm going to sacrifice this clue. Okay, company's not bad. So let's play this Inspector. Make a Knight ally. Play this Evolving Wilds. Just kind of brace for impact here, unfortunately. The old turn 6 Ulamog searching up something else, apparently. Let's see what these target. Gideon and Tracker, sure. Search up another Ulamog. Oh, I should have responded and cracked this and gotten another clue, but I'm not sure it'll come down to that. Alright. Again, I don't think we want to expose our Displacer this turn. We're just going to company. So maybe we can, like, I don't know, our opponent plays second Ulamog, we like stone the Ulamog, maybe Reflector Mage the World Breaker off this company. It's not going to be easy, but maybe we have a shot. Kozilek's Return. Yep. Two, 6, 7. So we could Coco at the beginning of combat and try to bounce this Ulamog with a Reflector Mage. Which doesn't seem very good. Yeah. I guess. Okay, hit Dolly's Lieutenant Reflector Mage, which is not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce 4 or 5. Maybe I should bounce World Breaker. Yeah, I'm going to do that, because then next turn I can displace Reflector Mage this Ulamog and buy an additional turn. That sounds good. Yield to a bunch of triggers. Oh, I hadn't even thought about this K return in the graveyard though. That's, that's a huge pain as well. Man, I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna win. Bunch of cards in my graveyard, or in my exile rather. Okay. How are we gonna do this? Man, oh man. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright. I don't know, but I think so. This is the best plan we got for right now. Alright, go to damage. Displace this reflector mage. We will have a 7/7 Thaw's Lieutenant, so we'll get like one more hit in. Tracker. No, I think I should crack a clue first. Pacifist. Alright, I'm gonna attack with my lieutenant. Blocked it. Wow. Okay. Just crack another clue. I don't really want my... Yeah, I don't want two of my creatures exiled. So there's two Ulamogs in hand, so maybe I can draw a Reflector Mage. Or like Company into Reflector Mage Displacer, that would probably be the best thing. Also cannot survive another hit from Ulamog, just the exile effect. So yeah, kind of forced to hit Reflector Mage here. Alright, we didn't. And I'm 1 mana off of Tracker, make a clue, sacrifice it, hit Declaration in Stone, so I don't think I have any outs, but... And, yep, we're just dead. All right.